Good evening. Thank you all for joining the show. We're here a little early this evening. Wasn't supposed to be on for another half an hour, but we're gonna hop on anyway. A lot of updates. A lot of updates, and oh, come on, camera. A lot of updates, and I don't know, some good news, some unfortunate. I don't know. I don't know what the hell the sheriff is thinking. Give me 1 second. Where's my... There it is. I don't know what the hell the sheriff is thinking. There we go. Coming out saying it could take years. I hate to even think about it. You know, the sheriff coming out saying it could take years before we find her. How do you know, bro? I mean, even though that's, I mean, even though the percentage is not in the favor of her even being alive, why in the hell would you come out and say anything to the media about it could be years? Like, that's diarrhea of the mouth, man. That is so disrespectful to her family, to her herself, Nancy. My gosh, it's no wonder Savannah came out with a new video tonight. You know, did you see? I'm sure you saw it. We'll go into it here in a second. Did you see the video? It breaks your heart. She's broke down. Her soul is damn near defeated. Her health, I pray for her health. You could just see it in her eyes, how broken she is. And you get diarrhea at the mouth and frickin' sit there and say like it could take years? Like, what the hell? It could be tomorrow. You don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's some updates today. There's some updates. I would have went live if there was something popping off. Trust me, I monitored the situation all day, but I needed to take a semi-break. I did a lot of updates for the show. Screen layovers, things like that. Did some video highlights, by the way. Check out the videos I put out. Video tab section. But it's like, even if you feel that way, I just can't imagine, like, what it's like, how do you even get to the thought process in your mind to think that, you know what, this is a good decision? How do you even get to that point in your decision thought process where you tell yourself, you know what, it's a good decision for me to go ahead and say it could take years? The shit hurts your heart because, you know, I don't know about other channels and I don't know about other creators, but here we really do care. And it just really hurts your heart to know that another person that has emotions and connections and feel just all of it, and they're having to go through this. Number one, we've talked about it throughout the shows, how they've had to deal with you know one little kid fighting over keeping the toy when it, and putting that over their mother's safety and concern and well-being. You already had to deal with that. It's already been how long? You already had to deal with them messing up the investigation from the beginning. You're starting to get some hope. You got to be honest with some of these updates, even though it's really been, there's not much to it, but there's still updates to give the family hope, to give people hope. And then the sheriff comes out and says it could take years. It could take years for any of these missing people's cases. But we don't know. This is the thing. We don't know if it's forever. We don't know if it's for years. We don't know if it's for months. We don't know if it's for days. We don't know if it's for hours. We don't know if it's for seconds. We could literally, 15 seconds now, there could be a report that Nancy's been found. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? That's what I'm saying. I don't even understand how somebody can even come to the conclusion that this is okay to say. Sheriff Nanos needs to step down. I've been saying it from the botched investigation. But really, after today, dude, you are not helping the investigation, the efforts to even try and I mean, it sounds to me like you cashed in, bro. Hey, it could take years. Like you cashed in, like you exhausted all your efforts, like you've went down every avenue when we've been screaming from the very beginning. Where in the hell is your grid ground search from day one, sir? And to think that another human being has to go through this shit. It's going to take all of me tonight to not go the F off. I made a little picture for Sheriff Nanos. Let me share this real quick, and then we're going to go into this new video from Nancy, and then we're going to talk. All right, give me 1 second. Let's go ahead and put this up there. Hey, Sheriff Nanos, why don't you F around and find Nancy, bro? Okay? F around and find Nancy, bro. Freaking ridiculous. I'm going to leave this up there for a minute while we go through the comments. Thank you for hopping in, Mary. Appreciate you, Caddy. Number 4. I think it's fitting for tonight, is it not? I think it's pretty fitting for tonight. Thank you for hopping in, Caddy. What's up, Crystal? How are you doing? Busby, what's up, my friend? I can't wait until you come back on panel, brother. Love hearing what you have to say about this shit. And I'm sure I wish I could hear what you had to say tonight, bro. If you're able to, let me know. What's up, Suze Mac? How you doing tonight? Good evening. Hopefully you all had a happy Valentine's Day and a good weekend. Ticket number 13, thank you so much. Your favorite number? Well, it usually is mine too, but my Friday was kind of unlucky. Not to say I have every Friday the 13th lucky, but this year not so much. I don't know. When's the next Friday the 13th, you guys? Let me know. Cattofish or cat. I'm sorry, Cathoish. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing. I don't. I wish YouTube would put the names back. Yeah, why? The handles. I wish YouTube would put the names back up. But thank you. I know who you are. Appreciate you very much. Leslie and Billy, thank you for hopping in. Thank you for your comment on the videos I posted earlier. Appreciate the support. Definitely go check them out. I'm not going to drop a bunch of links there, but if you're ever bored and you want to hear and see some CJ, just come to my channel and go to the video tabs or the shorts. You'll see something you probably haven't seen yet. It's not good. She's not home where, right? Exactly. No one should ever say anything like that, period. That's exactly right. You don't lose hope. I mean, hell, we got 3 years Sebastian Rogers missing coming up here in just a couple weeks, right? If they've just honest with everyone, she might, right? Exactly. Exactly. I'm sorry for all the update shows here the last couple days. Me and Rosie will get to that episode, hopefully, maybe Wednesday. We'll get to that episode because I think it does need highlighted about the BS that the investigation was from the very beginning. It's very unfortunate. And just like Sebastian Rogers' case, if you don't investigate it properly, unfortunately, you fall behind even farther. And that's the tragedy beyond the tragedy. Yeah, you never know. I mean, like I said, 15 seconds from now, we could get a report that Nancy's been found. By the way, if that does happen, let me know in chat, please. He does. He needs to hand it over. He needs to resign because he's not effing around and finding Nancy. So he just needs to, F around and get the F out is what needs to happen. That is not helping an investigation, efforts to find her. I mean, seriously, that's him saying that, him coming out and saying that it could take years. You handed the case, like you've given up, bro. You've given up. You need to hand it over to the FBI, bro. This is ridiculous. He's playing, like, this is a game he's playing with a victim. He needs to resign. Period. What's up, Cherry? He needs to resign. Kib Kitty, what's up? Am I hearing this correct? Yeah. Yeah. Nanos needs to be quiet. That's right. Hand it over, bro. And I will. You know I will. I might get in trouble. I've been in trouble a few times. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Please knock on wood for me. I don't want to get in trouble this year, but What's up, Mama Two Boys? How are you? A lot of updates tonight too. Sounds like he's hanging on that. It's horrible. It's horrible. What's up, Leslie? Keeping it real. Thank you for hopping in. Ticket 21. Appreciate you. March ticket 22. Thank you. 21 and 22. March 13th. All right. Well, hopefully I'll have better luck next month. Right? Yeah, so many missing. So many. That is exactly correct, man. That is exactly Correct. And if you're enjoying the live stream, help us reach more people. Please make sure to drop a like, subscribe, comment, and share this out to your socials and friends. Have them come hang out with us as we get into these topics. Most importantly, hit that notification bell to all, because sometimes we might be hitting the link real late. YouTube already doesn't like us because we didn't give them commercial money for 6 months. They're mad at us. They put us in timeout. They put us in the corner. They said, earn, right? Instead of no soup for you, like Seinfeld, it's no algorithm for you, CJ. Okay, I'm sorry I was gone for 6 months. My bad, YouTube. But we're here. We're back. What's up? I'm Gumby, Ticket 24. Appreciate you. We're back. We're back. All right, we're going to check out this video real quick from Savannah. It is, oh man, it's so sad. And it's so sad. We're going to check this out here. Let me see. Let's flip the camera around. Let's go ahead and put that down. I think we shared that enough. Yeah, Sheriff, step the F down, bro. All right, here's that new video from Savannah. And man, so unfortunate. Here we go. I'm going to mute the music. I'm going to mute the music. It's not very fitting. It's not very fitting with what she's going to say. And so I'm just going to mute my music for this one. And I'll probably let it play a couple times, okay?
I wanted to come on and it's been 2 weeks since our mom was taken, and I just wanted to come on and say that we still have hope and we still believe. And I wanted to say to whoever has her or knows where she is that it's never too late. And you're not lost or alone. And it is never too late to do the right thing. And we are here. And we believe. And we believe in the essential goodness of every human being. And it's never too late. We believe. And we believe in the essential goodness of every human being. And it's never too late. I wanted to come on and it's been 2 weeks since our mom was taken, and I just wanted to come on and say that we still have hope and we still believe. And I wanted to say to whoever has her or knows where she is that it's never too late. And you're not lost or alone. And it is never too late to do the right thing. And we are here. And we believe. And we believe in the essential goodness of every human being. And it's never too late.
Ouch. Ouch. It's hard here. Oh, it's hard hearing that. I want to say something. It was. What's up, Design Rhythm? Okay. You know, in yesterday's show, I was talking about how, after the ransom letter that TMZ put out overnight, I was talking about how to me it seemed like the ransom person that knows something could be real. This ties into this video, okay? Because I was thinking this earlier before the show, quite a bit earlier. Because I kept thinking international, right? International. I couldn't get it out of my head since we did our show yesterday. I just kept over and over and in my head, international, besides Mexico, right? Besides, that's just too easy. Why wouldn't they just say Mexico? What, like, it's just, right? It's too easy. That's what I kept playing in my mind, because the things that are too easy are usually the smoke screens. You see what I'm saying? And so I kept playing international, not Canada, not Mexico. Why would it be across an ocean? Mexico and Canada's too easy. And this is what I started to think. When Rosie and I were discussing it yesterday, and I said, look, we got to realize we still haven't heard from the first $6 million ransom person. This has just been from the person who knows. And it's like, usually circles are small. Circles are usually small in this kind of activity. And so after this many days has gone by and this many times this person has come out and said, yo, I know, it seems like you already would have been outed in your circle without even confessing, because at that point your actions would be so obvious around that small circle that knows. So you would already be exposed this many days later, right? But yet you're the one that wants to mention international. You mention international because of how close to the border is, and this is what I'm wondering. Is the reason it's international is because this whole time the international has been true. And what I mean by that is it's been a hoax from another country trying to capitalize off of Americans that are willing to help. You see what I'm saying? Now check this out. There has been no attempts, this either way, from the very beginning, the ransom, right? Let's be honest. I said from the very beginning, this person that went into her home was not even on a rookie level. I said that straight up. When that video came out, this person is not even on a rookie level. How in the hell would they have the technical know-how to be able to be away, like avoid the FBI but they couldn't avoid the frickin' camera getting a photo of their face? That never made sense to me, okay? Now, we haven't heard there's never been any proof of life being shown, which normally, let's be honest, in all ransoms, there usually is, because if they wanted $6 million, they would have sent a photo. They would have sent a video. They would have let her talk. Listen, if the FBI can't trace it, they wouldn't have been able to trace a phone call either if they couldn't trace an email. That never took place. See, this is everything's making sense here. So then you also add on top, okay, well, after a couple days, that fizzled out. So then after that, then all of a sudden another attempt took place. You know why the FBI, after this many days, is not able to figure out where an email came from? Do you know why? Not because the email came from Mexico, not because the email came from Canada, because the email came from another country. Whoop! Do you see where I'm going with this? Now, the FBI has never once said that the ransom letter or both people has ever been a confirmed ransom. The FBI would have came out and said it was a confirmed ransom letter if it really truly was. So to me, this whole international thing really made me think about it, and then I thought about everything, and to me, the the ransoms are a hoax. They have been from the very beginning, and it's been multiple people. There's one that's already been caught that lived here in the United States. But there's multiple trying to. And the fact that if they can't find, do you know why? It's because it's coming from one of those, and I'm not going to say it because I'll get in trouble, but it's coming from one of those countries that also like to use their hacking skills to infiltrate our day to day media that we take in. That's already been confirmed too. So to me, these hoaxes are fake. They're fake. Why else would Sheriff Nanos come out and say, it could take years? The unfortunate thing is kind of like what I said from the beginning. This person was not even on a rookie level. Now we have the latest reports of what I told you all from the beginning. This was a crime of opportunity, did I not? It was a crime of opportunity. And now, look at all these days later, what the news is reporting. That they believe that this was a burglary gone bad. It's what I've said from the very beginning, how it went down, the injuries that took place, how the kidnapping went down, how they exited, what took place after they got her in the vehicle. Because that's what the crime scene and the evidence told me. It's crazy. These days later, now this is what is being reported. Thank you for your support and believing in me. I appreciate it. We're going to work on those video edits coming up even further. It's taken me quite a bit long. It's going to take me maybe by the end of this week, I'll be able to get the light sources pulled from the leaves of the bush. But if you've watched that video, if you watched our live streams where I've went over it, if you haven't, check the quick video version. Signals sent to the second perp. And I've made a condensed video. If you've already seen it, please go check it out, promote it, share it out, because seriously, this person had their flashlight on, looking out before they did anything, looked down, did their little thing, looked back up, still had it on, shut it off, looked back. There was way more signals than what we even dug into, and that's with the video edits that I was working on earlier this morning. Got a lot of good stuff coming up. I might be live tomorrow night. I might not. It's supposed to be my night off. I haven't had a night off yet in a week and a half, pushing on 2 weeks. I'm supposed to have a night off on Mondays, but I might not be. So definitely make sure you have the notification bell set to all. That way, if I do end up going live tonight, hopefully you'll get a notification. YouTube, we're in trouble. But if not, just come back around 7:30, 8 o'clock p.m. Central. Because if I do go live, that's when I'll be going live tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central, if I do. But these are the latest updates here. And I'm going to go through. There's so much to go through as well. Again, let me go ahead and pause. Let's switch this screen real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight your comments. We're going to use this screen this evening to make sure that we can highlight this here. Let's go ahead and pull this back up while we highlight your comments. Thank you all for joining. Appreciate you very much. And Sheriff Nanos needs to F around and find Nancy, or F around and get the F out. What's up, Fusions? How are you doing? Hello from Albany, Oregon. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. It's quite early over there, and I appreciate you hopping on. We got Fusion Hood River here. Awesome, awesome. It's been on the news here in the UK. I mean, I agree with you. That's where the international's coming from, in my opinion, is that it's just, that's the only way. When you really think about it and you break it down, that's the only way that the FBI can't find out. That's the only way. The FBI hires hackers that are very, very successful and are able to detect and all that good stuff, and know the lingos. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me go through some of the updates here. DNA on the glove matches the suspect. Now, there's based off of the words. Now, supposedly there's supposed to be an announcement coming out tonight with the authorities. Let me see here. Let me see if there is anything going on here real quick, if there is any announcements while I announce this. But DNA found on the glove right around, I'm not sure. There's so many different words there that are being used when it comes to the DNA on the glove and which glove it is. Okay. Now they said there's people, yes, single. Okay. Now this is, it's really unfortunate because this reporting gives families false hope. Okay. And when they learn the truth and they find out the truth about it, it doesn't do good. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead. We're going to go to this real quick. This is Harvey Levin talking about it. Now, the glove that the DNA was found on was in fact the glove that was found almost 1.5 miles, 2 miles away. Of course, it's going to have DNA on it. Now, to say that it matched the suspects, what DNA did they get from the? Let's be honest. What DNA did they get from the suspect so far? Where did the DNA from the suspect come from? Because just because this glove appears like the glove that was left at the home, well, hello. It probably would. And it's probably garbage from a city that has 600,000 residents, right? Because there is litter, and we're talking about 1.5 miles away. And even though the person showed less than rookie level entrance and invasion skills, I really highly doubt that they're like literally going to pull their glove off and throw it out the window. Don't you think if they were going to take their glove off, they would have like put it in their pocket, right? Because wouldn't their clothes already have DNA on it? so wouldn't you just put it in the clothing that has the DNA on it, right? Not even on the seat. In the pocket of the clothes that has DNA on it. Why would you throw it out the window? So for people to think like this is the false hope that I really feel bad for the family too, because they're coming across stuff like, oh my God, they got DNA from the clothes, and then they're thinking that there's hope, and then they go watch the report and they're like, oh. Now, when it comes to a glove that is found inside the house, and they're able to pull DNA off that they cannot exclude, well, then there's some promise there. But at the same time, you also have to realize it doesn't mean that it was the suspect still. It doesn't mean that it was the suspect. Is there a good chance? Yes, there's a good chance. But it doesn't mean that it's the suspect still. Now, if they pulled DNA from it, they can exclude it. Yes, you have to treat it as suspect DNA until you can get the suspect and match the DNA and, whatever. But until then, it's like this glove that was found. If you guys were watching the live updates earlier, you saw that somebody on Twitter found a glove. I'm not even going to share it. Somebody found a glove and shared it on Twitter and said that it's ridiculous. They called it this glove. They couldn't even get a response. And doesn't it, Busby, doesn't that, because Busby knows the tips we were getting. He was out there with us when we were doing our stuff. Busby knows the tips that we were getting, and then how things were progressing. And if we were getting these tips, law enforcement was getting the same tips. Now, I had to go through a shit ton of tips because I have to check every single one to make sure that, if I need to forward it to authorities, I need to forward it to authorities. But there's some where it's just like, no, you already know when you're out there. You already know. And you would see law enforcement, just like Sebastian's case, law enforcement got to a point where they just were like, dude, it doesn't even make any sense. We're here focusing on really trying to find Nancy. We're not going to spend 45 freaking minutes going somewhere where it's not even plausible. And all of a sudden there's this huge goose chase that because this is why there was nothing happening today. There was no reason for me to go live and share the updates yet, because it's like, look, I'm not going to report on goose chasing. There's no reason. And there was a lot of it. Hey, do you want me to go here? Hey, do you want me to go here? Hey, should we go? You're going to like, it's just about, and it's like, why? Especially with this glove, and with this other glove, the fact that I feel so bad that, what if it was your mom missing, and you saw a report coming across that they found glove on the DNA, and the DNA match, suspect, this and that. You see the thumbnail, you go to see the titles, and you're like, oh my gosh, they found, because if they're getting pumped out there, the families are come across it and they see it, and all of a sudden they got this hope. What happens when let's be honest. What happens when you get hope and then all of a sudden it gets crashed? You fall farther down than where you were at before you ran into the fake hope in the first place. all you're doing is tearing these families down emotionally. It's sad. And you're seeing a lot of these people, like, it's true, it's becoming a circus out there. Now there's a couple people that are like respectful as hell, and we will be shouting them people out tonight. But it's like, man, you saw Savannah's face. What if that was you? Now let's be real. Let's report all the latest updates, because we're here to bring attention, but it's not about clickbaiting, it's not about goose chasing, it's not about promoting fake ass shit that doesn't make sense. Listen, I was the one saying from the beginning it was a burglary gone wrong. Look at where they're at now. I'm the one digging into the videos, exposing the freaking signals. Nobody's even talking about it. We're actually doing shit that means something. And that's why your support means everything to me, because here we don't get a lot of attention. But you know what? It's not about the attention, it's about the effort. And we're here to help bring the attention, to help bring information, make a difference, do what we can, whether I'm sitting here behind a desk working on video edits, trying to help find answers and fill in pieces to a puzzle, or I'm out there on the ground digging and climbing. It's just getting so bad, you know? We just talked about it a few days ago, maybe a week ago. It's like, yeah, we compared Sebastian Rogers' case, and we're like, yeah, it's just not that bad. It'll probably get there at some point, but it just, with all of the circus, it's not even close. And now look at it. Now look at it. If you're familiar with the Sebastian Rogers case and you were there from the beginning like we were, and you saw it progress the way that we did, it's happening a lot quicker than Sebastian's case, isn't it? We are only 15 days in, ladies and gentlemen, just 15 days in, and with Sebastian's case, it wasn't even close to where it's at today. It's not even close. And a week ago, it was like, yeah, the Nancy Guthrie's case isn't even close to where Sebastian's is. It's crazy to think what a week can do, you know? It's crazy. Let me see what else here. Brian Etten has a new episode. We're going to check that out. He put that out earlier this morning. TMZ. I told you guys yesterday we were going to cover the episode of TMZ with Mark Garagos, where they discuss, how they think they did it. I put out a video. If I did it, I also put out a video how the suspect drawing is not the suspect drawing. Could be wrong. Check out that video, please. And I'm sorry, you're wrong, lady. You didn't get the eyes right. You didn't get the eyebrows right. You didn't get the mustache. You didn't get the hair under the lip. You didn't get none of that. And you bet your house and your car. It's no wonder you said all of your colleagues criticize your work. Well, no wonder. You can't, no wonder the FBI hasn't used it as an official drawing, just like the ransom note hasn't been labeled as an official ransom note, because they're both fake as shit. More LE mishaps, amateur hour. Sheriff Nanos, F around and find Nancy, bro. So supposedly there's supposed to be an announcement from authorities. We'll see. I don't know. That's what CNN's reporting, but as of right now, I'm still waiting to see that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through some of these updates. By the way, when it comes to YouTube, I make my own playlist, and a lot of the stuff you don't see because we don't go through everything in the shows. But if you do have X, I'm telling you right now, I shared so much stuff, and if we don't get through it all, you can get through it all just on my feed. Not only the videos that I put out on YouTube, it'll take you to the YouTube video, but also all of the updates that are coming out, whether I'm live, whether I'm not, and whether it's stuff that we go through on the show or not. So if you have X, definitely hit the follow, turn the bell on, and that way you can go through it. And also, it's a good way to record everything as well. So whatever we're going through the show, you can always go back and check it out for yourself. So over the night last night, investigators deployed a high-tech signal sniffer in the search for Nancy Guthrie. Now, here's the thing when it comes to the signal sniffer. You gotta be so freaking low. And this is okay. I appreciate the efforts. You gotta appreciate the efforts. You really do. You have to. You have to appreciate the efforts. But when it comes to a signal sniffer, like, you gotta be so freaking low. You have to know specific locations damn near. Because of how low you have to fly, it is that dangerous. And you're going to be picking up so many signals. You got to appreciate the work, though, because they could be not doing anything. So shout out to the FBI because they're actually trying to do something, okay? Now, the person about the ransom note, just like I said earlier, this is going to be Harvey Levin talking about the alleged ransom note and how it's just crazy that the FBI has not been able to find out where this. It's like I told you, it's why when I heard international and it kept replaying in my head over and over this morning, I was like, I got it. And I shared it with you in the beginning of the show. It is international because it's a hoax and it's from another country where you can't find because of the international laws. It has nothing to do with American laws. It has everything to do with international laws, why the FBI is not able to get information sometimes. And that's how you know it's a hoax. Because listen, they ain't flying all the way to frickin' Italy. There's no way they would have been able to make it. From what I understand, they did it with a helicopter. Why not a drone? I don't know. It's some sophisticated stuff. All I know is it probably because of how heavy it was. And it's some sophisticated machinery. And like I said, it's one thing if you could fly over and hover over and you like radar, but it don't work that way. You literally have to have damn near a specific spot that you're hovering over, and you have to basically, here's the roof. My coffee cup is the roof. You have to be like this. That's why I said I appreciate the effort because they could have just not done nothing. But at the same time, the hoopla around it, I'm sure the family knew already, and they were coming across these thumbnails and these titles, and they were like, yeah, we already know. We already know. But damn, people just promoting it like it was, you could literally just fly over a city and it would pull up her exact pacemaker pinging. And it's like, no. Why do people even promote it like that? Because it's not even how it works. Please be informed. Be informed. Because the people that show up, just like you show up, you want to know the truth. You want to hear the real. You're not trying. That's the whole reason why we quit watching mainstream media, is because they kept putting out propaganda. They kept putting out lies. They kept putting out misinformation. They kept putting out twists and stuff just for you to click on it to see. And then it got to a point where they were putting on titles and you clicked on the video and it wasn't even nothing to do with the title. It's sad, but that's the truth. So that's the bro. That heli sound was pretty. I mean, but anybody that has researched this signal sniffer, that's what it has to do, and that's the best way that I could explain it. It's crazy. Let me see here. What else? Sheriff Nanos. Yeah, Guthrie could be found in an hour from now, or it could take weeks, or it could take years to locate her. You should have just kept your mouth shut, bro. New critical DNA testing is underway in the Nancy Guthrie case after the FBI confirmed to News Nation that a glove recovered near the scene is being analyzed. So it's being analyzed. I spoke with Susan Constantine, human behavior investigator, about this forensic development, what this forensic development could signal, and how behavioral analysis of the masked suspect on surveillance video may connect to the evidence. I mean, that's just a bunch of assumptions. Let's just be honest. I gave you, listen, in my videos, I gave you the description of the person. I showed you guys that there's signals to a lookout. All right. I've already used drone video to show you how I would have entered the crime scene, how I would have got in there, how I would have left. I used the videos of the pictures of the evidence to tell you what happened during the crime, specifically as they were leaving the house and what was taking place. And then with the drone video, I also showed you where the two spots the lookout was located. Like, these are all things that right there. Yes, those are all assumptions and theories too. But when it comes to this glove that was found a mile and a half later, do you really want me to tell you that, you know what, it could be connected to the video? It could be connected to the video, and it also could be connected to the DNA. Man, I'm not going to bullshit you. There's plenty out there. There's plenty of people that will bullshit you so they can drive a Corvette, okay? They're going to come up with something probably in 24 hours. Retired FBI and security specialist Jana Monroe says the FBI will soon be able to determine the importance of the glove authorities say matches the gloves used by the suspect seen at the Guthrie's house. It's not matched. Their exact words appear. And it's kind of like I've told you the last couple of days. I really feel like they are on a trail. They're a bit behind, but they are on a trail, and it's not going to be long. 24 hours. I'm not so sure. We'll see. We'll see. Let me see what else here. Moments after the FBI gave a statement to News Nation confirming critical DNA evidence is being processed in Nancy Guthrie case, I spoke with Jonathan Gilliam, former FBI special agent and former Navy SEAL. I remember him. I don't really care what he has to say because that dude is a douche. There's the gentleman that found, I'm just being honest. I'm straight no chaser, baby. There's not enough time on this planet to waste time. You know, let's just keep it real, right? Leslie, keeping it real. You just got to keep it real. The FBI statement on the gloves is confusing. I'm still trying to sort it out, and that was a quote from Brian Enton. Now, this is from the FBI, okay? And let me go ahead and share this real quick. Sheriff Nanos is popping up again. All right, so this is from the FBI through Brian Enton. It says, the gloves found approximately 2 miles from the Guthrie residence. See, approximately 2 miles. This is what I heard. Thank you. I appreciate you so much, and I love you being here, and I appreciate your comments on the videos. I really do. Thank you for your comments. I love it. Brian Enton, the gloves found. Let me see here. Oops, I just snuck a new layover for you guys. Hold on a minute. That's going to be when we go live on the scene. 1 second. I messed up here. Okay, where's the screen that I'm trying to find? I messed up. Oh my gosh. Right there. No, that's not it. Oh my gosh. Here it is. Yes. Okay, here it is. I apologize. Wait a minute. No, it's this one right here. Okay. The gloves found, I told you, I made a lot of updates and a lot of layover stuff for you guys. The gloves found approximately 2 miles from the Guthrie residence in a field near the side of the road were packaged up by PCOS and sent overnight on 2/12, and they arrived at their private lab in Florida on 2/13. The FBI received preliminary results yesterday on 2/14 and are awaiting quality control and official confirmation today before putting unknown male profile into CODIS. See, they're waiting to put it into CODIS. Do you know why? Because it was a glove found 2 miles down the road. It was a glove found 2 miles down the road. That's why we don't get on here and promote bullshit. This process typically takes 24 hours from when the Bureau receives DNA. Investigators collected approximately 16 gloves in various areas near the house. Most of them were searchers' gloves that they discarded in various areas when they searched the vicinity. Searchers' gloves, okay? Not, oh my gosh, he took his gloves off and threw it down on the grass. Yes, give me a break. People ain't that stupid. Most of them were searchers' gloves. The one with the DNA well, there are some people. I'm not going to, nothing is 100%. Nothing is 100%. But what this is, yes, this exactly. Let's keep it real, Leslie. Why in the hell? Look, valiant effort. Appreciate you going out there and trying to search, right? Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and blow me up this big. We appreciate you going out there and trying to search. We really do. But at the same time, why are you littering? Do you know that unless they're special gloves, do you know that gloves don't biodegrade? So thanks for going out to search, but no thanks for leaving your plastic on Mother Earth for the rest of Mother Earth's existence. Or how about an animal that comes across it and then suffocates because it thought it was food and it tried to eat it, and next thing you know, it can't breathe anymore. Good job. Let's think, right? Or if it was investigators that were searching, that's even worse, right? What's up, Blonde Bobby? How are you doing? Isn't that even worse if it would have been or is investigators? Well, what's up with that is Suzmac. It is international laws. That's in the beginning, I kind of broke down why I feel the ransom is fake because I kept thinking about that word international for a whole day. And then this morning, it all made sense. I broke it down. Definitely check it out. And I'll probably put an edit explaining it because honestly, that's the only reason why is because international laws prevent our government intelligence agencies from being able to collect certain information when it comes to transmitted communications. That's why a lot of these countries are you heard about it today. A lot of these countries are starting to come up with or starting to enforce the age verification stuff for social media. It's because of international laws that prevent investigations that involve transmissions of communications, they prevent it. That's why these criminals use these countries, because they can use these countries to then get away with crimes on other countries because of the international laws that prevent those countries from being able to investigate. It's one of the reasons why the pedo network is so crazy, is because a lot of those use international laws to protect their consumers from getting in trouble. That's why all of these countries are having to come out with age verifications, because that's the only way that they can protect their youth. And I have to say, shout out to those countries who are doing so. And I hope that our country does so too, because we have too many victims that are children. And if we could just prevent it, that could prevent a lot of it, honestly. Let's be real. Let's be real. I've got to speak up for every man and woman sent on a bullshit detail. Thank you. I'm doing good. How are you? CJ, that's the same kind of thing a creator we would know would do with it. Oh, yes. If they don't. Yes. Or even remember on the Tira from Baby Emmanuel's case, that dude was handling evidence, tossing it in his truck. What the hell are you doing, dude? Like, the evidence was literally, he was walking over a bridge and the evidence was like hitting the bridge. And it's like, what the? And then you throw it in your trunk. You don't know how the inside works. What's up, J-Lock? How you doing? Good to see you. You don't know how the inside works. But it says the one with DNA police recovered is different and appears to match the gloves of the subject in the surveillance video. The FBI has and will continue to provide assistance on whatever timeline is provided to us. This is what I'm saying, and this is why I started the show the way that I did about false reporting, about how you're tearing the family's emotional resistance down when you're coming out with this clickbait BS. Nobody said the gloves matched. Nobody said the DNA matched. Nobody connected it. And when you really sit back, like, listen, you're sleuthers, right? You're sleuthers. There's a reason you're a sleuther, because you're smarter than the average. So why don't you use those smarts and go, yeah, the glove was found 2 miles away. There's 600,000 residents. People litter. I doubt that the criminal's going to take the glove off and throw it out the window. You put just those minimal things together and you can come to the conclusion that it's probably not connected. These people are sick, that they just want the money at the expense of the family's emotional recovery and resistance. If you would just read the words, you could literally mix your sleuthin' ass mind together with the words and tell the public the truth. Again, this is why I've been here from November of 22. I was part of the YouTube movement because everybody watched mainstream media back then. I was here when we were looked down upon for report, because we were just nothing. You couldn't trust us because we didn't have degrees. You couldn't trust. That's what the mainstream media put out back then when I started my show. You couldn't trust us because we didn't go to school and we didn't have degrees for doing what we're doing. And it's like, who the F are you? You just have to have common sense, right? You just have to have common sense, and you just have to have a conscience to not bullshit people. Then we saw how mainstream media got nervous. They got nervous about all of us YouTubers and content creators getting attention. And then that's why they started making all their clickbait, and they were like putting out videos that didn't even match what the title was, and it was getting freaking ridiculous. And then we all just quit watching them to a to a point now where last year, at the end of last year, the reported numbers showed that YouTube took over mainstream media. YouTube took over mainstream media, ladies and gentlemen. And now look what's happening. We all banded together as one in the very beginning to go against mainstream media because they were bullshitting and clickbaiting. And now that mainstream media has defeated, look at what they're doing now. They're going after each other. Who can report the cliquish shit like mainstream media did? Because now all of those people that are just about what mainstream media was about, the 4% profit every quarter, now look what's happening. You're seeing them trying to outdo each other. You're seeing them rip each other off just to try. It's crazy. Good evening, Tiff. And that right there, when the family comes across this and they go, oh my God, there's matching DNA and it's connected. Oh my God. You just tore that family member's hope, resistance, health, and strength away. Because every time you do that, like I said, that it goes up because there's hope. And then when they find out it's not real, that hope and that all of that they just had before they came across it, it's you rip a little piece away every time they come across that. This is crazy. So I have a lot of questions for you guys, and if we have some time, I might open up the Discord live call. If you do want to Discord live call, let me know in chat. And if we have enough that would like to, we'll go ahead and do that, and I'll take your calls. But I have questions for you right now in the chat, and I want to hear what you have to say. Do you think that this was a burglary gone wrong? Do you think that they knew who the person they were connected to it doesn't matter if it's Savannah, Nancy. Do you think it was a family member or somebody connected to a family member? Burglary gone wrong? Was it personal? I mean, what's up, John? You just never know. But it came from the FBI, so I'm pretty confident in it. Not this family. Statics. What's up, Lisa King? How are you? That tomato dude is still at the top of my list. They've been at Annie House way too much. Well, that's what I was bringing up a little bit earlier too, Tiff. The circus that it's become, not only out there, but the YouTube shows, the circus. It's just crazy. Yeah, yes. Do we go to live feeds? We go to all the live feeds. We share out the channels. We promote them properly. We have Live Scanner. We have Flight Radar. We have all of it. But we don't sit there and play their shit the whole time and just it's getting to be a circus, man. A circus out there and a circus on here. And it's sad. Like, again, the cost of the family's comfort, health, effort, resistant, like, you're breaking these families down, man. It's not bringing attention. You can literally go to that person's freaking channel and get, you know what I'm saying? It's not about bringing attention. Bringing attention is talking about the stuff that we talk about here. Reports, information. updates, my theories, my video edit breakdowns, real shit. And then you got Sheriff Nanos. He's the one that pissed me off tonight. But here's some other questions for you. Okay, more. I got a bunch of questions. Is it one person? Is it two people? Or is it more than that? Is she still alive? Has she passed? Why is she still alive or why not? Is this becoming a circus? With the need to outdo the others? Does the drawing match the suspect to you? How has LE handled this case according to you? Do you think that the sheriff should resign? Any connections to all evidence outside of home evidence? Do you think those are connected, just like what I talked about right now? The glove that was found 2 miles away, do you really think the glove is connected? Tell me. These are all questions. Is the Bitcoin ransom the real snitch or a hoax? I explained that in the beginning of the show. I'll be putting out a video of that either tonight or tomorrow. So watch for that in the morning or either this evening. Are they on the trail? Do you think law enforcement is on the trail? Is it the family who committed this, or someone close to the family who committed this? Or were they a stranger, or was it personal? Those are all the questions I have for you after today. Let me take some coffee here and highlight some of your comments here. I feel family is involved. Thank you, Lisa. I have no clue. Family is less likely. Was it set up by family? Good possibility. A complete shit show out there. You hear me? Tiffany, you can say shit here. You don't have to say shit. You Nightbot, Nightbot used to be very strict. I took Nightbot's reins away a little bit, so used to be very strict. Nano is shady. No media watching that house, and in my opinion, that's when Ellie helped the family by faking the ring camera return. I mean, it could. We don't know. We don't know. And yeah, the media has not really been out there. Let's take a look around here. Let me go through some more of these updates here real quick. The glove. Let me see here. Let me switch back to this so you guys. Whoops. Let me switch back to this so you guys can see what's on my Twitter feed. Oh, nope, that's Brian Enton. Hold on. All right, so what else we got on my Twitter feed? There's my video. The suspect drawing of the Nancy Guthrie kidnapping is not the actual suspect. This is more talk about the glove. They're not going to throw it out on the side of the road. Now, this right here, I want to watch this with you guys. Now, this is, if it was a phone, if it was a device, you wouldn't cover it up like that. Now, that is the biggest question. Why was this tarp out there? Let's hear this.
I don't know what's in there, but the fact that they were covering it up, you saw that yellow cloth out there like you see, the viewers see right there. The fact that they're covering it up, I don't know what was in there, but it was something that was big enough that it required extending it out, 8 feet or 9 feet. You had several people holding that up and lifting it out. If it was a phone, if it was a device, you wouldn't cover it up like that. Not sure what that is, but it's something big enough that there's evidentiary value still left in that Range Rover. I don't know what's in there, but the fact that they were covering it up.
Okay. I wanted to hear this with you guys too. What do the blood droplets mean? Let me see here. When they released the back door. What's up, Amma? Hey, CJ, I found your insight of the light of the suspect sending a code while pulling the flowers. Yes. Well, I got good news for you and some bad news. Well, not bad news, but you have to be patient with the other news. Number one, I discovered even more working on edits this morning. I discovered even more of Signal. Okay. And I'm going to bring that to y'all tomorrow night. I still need to work a little bit more on it, but I'm going to be bringing you that tomorrow night if I am going live. I'm supposed to have a night off, but honestly, I'll probably go live. If I do go live, 7:30 p.m. Central tomorrow night. If I'm not live tomorrow night, look for me. I'll be for sure going live Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central. But I'm going to tell you right now, I have even more than what the video I put out today was what I was talked about yesterday. I did more work today trying to get the whole bush thing to, if you paid attention to that video, trying to get the whole bush. It's still going to take me probably more than a couple days. It's going to take me the rest of the week. I'll probably have it ready Friday is what I'm hoping for. Who knows? Fingers crossed. I could get it done before that, and we could be talking about it on Wednesday or Thursday. But I do have more than what I discovered yesterday based off the work that I did today. So thank you very much for your support, and thank you for checking it out, and thank you for checking out the channel here. Appreciate it. They just had so much public scrutiny. They did. Also, if you're enjoying the live stream, help us out and reach more people. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, comment, and share this out to your socials and friends. Hell, if you're spending time with us, why not have your friends come spend time with us too? Let's make it a family affair, right? The flowers were always strange from the get-go. Well, you should check out my video of if I did it. If you go to my video tabs, check out the video if I did it. Okay, that explains why the flowers were used and what they were used for. Now, in my opinion, they showed up less than a rookie, but at the same time, the fact that they used the flowers to ultimately do what they were doing, which is the reason why I said they got the flowers, it'll make absolute sense. And then you'll be like, you know what? Yeah, I mean, that does make sense. It's because they needed both hands to rip the camera off. But definitely check out that video. I appreciate it. Leave a comment on there too. John, fake video because notice he's fisting the camera and using foliage for what? Using foliage. You got to check out that video of if I did it. I'm telling you why I went to the front door. I'm telling you why I grabbed flowers. I'm telling you why I flashed signals. I'm telling you why I did everything, and I'm telling you where I went, where I hid, you see what I mean? Trust me. It makes sense. The lesson in this happening in real time is for everyone to realize it doesn't go clue, contact, case solved, and those that watch live SWAT shakedowns wake up to the news reporting the opposite, and that is very true. That is very true. Very true. And the unfortunate part is, and trust me, I'm out there and have been out there myself. Sometimes you got to chill back and let them do their job because they don't need everything televised. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. Do you really think they took the gloves off? No, I don't, Lisa. There's no freaking possible way. And I've been saying it from the beginning because when they said that somebody turned in a glove and it was 1.5 miles, 2 miles away, and oh my gosh, this could be the killers. And I'm like, y'all are sleuthers. How in the hell are you falling for this? Oh, that's right. It's because I'm not. That's one thing that I'll never do. I'll never sit there and do that. Do I need support? Is this show fully funded from YouTube AdSense and whatever contributions come my way? Yes, that's the only money that I make from doing 4 or 5 or 6 hour freaking shows every day is the YouTube pennies and anything that anybody wants to contribute. I do this for the love, the passion, and because I'm trying to bring the real shit on this platform instead of what other people want to bring. And that's the reason why I'm probably not more successful at, like these people are driving Corvettes, eating grilled spicy food every day to where I can't even keep my health on track, and doing all this other stuff, and getting these addictions and whatever. It's because listen, I've told people from the very beginning, if that's what I need to do to survive, then there's another way for me to survive, because there's no reason. None. Listen, there's plenty of people, and you see them. They're sitting there pulling you. That's not me. So I'm never going to sit there and do what these other people do, and pretend like the gloves connected, and have it on my thumbnails that there's a match and all this other stuff. Listen, I'm about a different kind of energy on this planet. I'm about a different kind of energy. And that's not the energy that I'm trying to be about. That's not it at all. So yes, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to give, information out just to get attention and financial success. No, I'm going to tell you like it is, and it's not going to be a popular opinion, but I'm telling you like it is. No, I've never ever thought that this person took a freaking glove off, whether it's inside the house or outside the house. Period. Inside or outside. I think you're onto something with this part. I'll definitely watch your further input on it. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thanks for sharing it out, because that's the only way that we can actually get more attention, because I don't do, hey, guess what? It's a match. Because I don't do that. Your coverage is what brings balance to it all. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words and the support, and thank you for being here, and really thank you for your comments, and I apologize about the transcript stuff. I know that one was a comment from a while back that I just honestly, I don't even know how to fix that, but I've tried to make an effort to make sure that there's not as much dead time because of the lengths of the streams, if that helps, if you know what I'm saying. And it's I've been gone for 6 months. I'm a one-man production here. I'm the one that's doing my graphics, the layovers, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing all of this stuff, and so it just coming back after 6 months and trying to jump in like I was before. I do apologize. Hopefully the shows seem a lot better than what they did a few weeks ago, or maybe even a few days ago, because really I try and strive every single day to try and make it a better viewing experience for you all, but also at the same time a better information experience, where you don't have to sit for so long while I'm trying to find this, or I'm trying to, if that makes sense. So I really do appreciate your support more than you know. So thank you. I'm wondering if the droplets could be from her arm. If you look at one of the photos of Nancy, here's what, yes. So I brought that up when the photo was first put out there, and this is what I was saying. And it kind of goes along with what you're saying here. Not necessarily where the injuries came from. So let me explain. So when I first seen the blood droplets, they're really huge droplets, okay? And usually with those kind of droplets, it typically comes from a nosebleed. So if any of you have had a nosebleed, you have a family member that has nosebleeds, you've been around somebody that nosebleeds, you've been in the store getting M&Ms when you looked over and you saw somebody having a nosebleed, those are really large droplets of blood. Now, if it doesn't come from the nose, if those droplets are that big, if they're coming from another area of the body, typically they're not going to be droplets, okay? If it's coming from another area of the body, then typically it is going to be a line of blood, and it's going to be different sizes of droplets, okay? And so that's why when I saw the photo, yes, I did see the little small clotting. There's a few small clots. Let me pull up that photo with real quick as we're talking about this. 1 second. And then I'll kind of go into it a little more just to kind of explain it as Yeah, let me bring this up for you guys real quick as we talk about it here. Okay, let's see. Let's stop this. There's nothing going on live on the scene. We'll go swing around to some live feeds here in a little bit as we get through some of these updates. Okay, but so this is what I want to explain. Okay, so yes, you are correct. You do see like the purple color. That is small areas where there was clouding, and I'll kind of re-explain where that comes from. Okay, and I got to say shout out to these forensic investigators, because just like the description, just like the burglaries, just like all of this stuff. Yes, I don't have a freaking degree, you guys, but I have common sense, and I have a criminal mind. I'm not going to get further deeper into it, but I have that criminal mind that can make sense out of all of this stuff, and it'll tell you how shit really goes down. Okay. Now, when it comes to this is what I have to say. So you do have a little bit of clotting. You got large blood drops for the most part. Then you have spray pattern. Now, finally, people are coming out saying that, yes, this probably came from the mouth because of this. This is what I've been saying from the very beginning, okay? This injury came from the mouth and the nose. Number one, it came from the nose because the nose would be bloody dripping. That's where you get the blood from the nose. Where you get this spray and where you get these little clot type things is from the mouth. From the mouth is where you get that. Okay. Now, the reason you might get that from the mouth is because you get hit in the mouth and the nose, and you start to bleed, and your body is trying to clot to stop the bleeding. And the little teeny droplets of the clotted blood are coming from your mouth. Okay. They're coming from where your teeth are supposed to be. Okay. I'm not trying to be graphic, but I have to be descriptive. They're coming from your mouth. So somebody got hit on the mouth and the nose to where their mouth and the nose were bleeding. Their mouth was filling up with blood again. They had to spit it out. That's where you get the spray. That's where you get the little clotting pieces. These big droplets, that's coming from the nose. That's why I've said from the very beginning, and when I told you what took place after they left the scene of the crime, that's why I've said from very early on that the chances statistically, analytically, probable, all of these different things is in the single digits of her being alive. And I'm not trying to be rude, I'm trying to be real. Because when you look at this injury, if this was a 20-year-old, okay, they have a good chance of making it. When you're talking about an 84-year-old lady that needs blood thinners, that needs medicine, that needs medical devices, that needs these things, and then you're talking about a rookie ass criminal that shows up and doesn't even know how to show up to a house that has a camera, and you have that lady going through those things in their back seat, and they're that rookie, that spells disaster. You have to have hope. I get it. You have to have hope. I get it. But we also have to be real. So I hope that kind of listen, I wasn't there. It could be arms or wrist. I'm just going off of my knowledge of being around certain things, even people that were no longer here. Okay. Like I've gone into plenty of descriptions with the Idaho 4 case and the smell of what it's like when you're yeah. Do you really feel they took the gloves off? I had a hell of a childhood, I'll tell you that. Do you really feel that they took the gloves off and threw them in that area? No. I don't. It's where her skin has gone thin due to her older age. Both my parents had this, and when fragile, it will bleed. Yes, that is true. That's why you see the discoloration. I'm just saying when you mix these two, when you're mixing these two, really three, the small clotting, the spray, and the blood droplets. And this right here shows you that it came out of the mouth. Okay. This is a perfect spot right here. This shows you that it came out of the mouth because you see the droplet here of the clotted material. And then you see how the blood liquid kept going. You see what I'm saying? The clotted, heavier material fell to the ground at a direction because look at where the main splatter is. It's here. The direction is going down and at an angle. It's going down this way. So you see the clotted material. Some of the liquid blood connected to the clotted material came down here, but most of it splattered going in the direction that it was spit. That's another reason why I believe that this injury came from the mouth. Thank you. I feel the same. I appreciate you so much. I'm just telling you, listen, I wasn't there. I'm just going off of statistics, probabilities, analytics. That's my brain. I know crime. I've been around it. I mix all of those things together, and that's what you get. That's what, I believe the drops are coming from her nose. I do believe they are. CJ. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, shout out to Rosie. She does such great work and help for the show. She really does. And this is why I support this gangbanger sheriff. The fact he disputed every glove 24 hours later. If you know, you know. That's why I stay sub. Do you even know? Yes, thank you. And appreciate you too. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that have been telling me that YouTube unsubbed them. And I literally lost. I was 17,000. Listen how close I was. I was 17,998 subs. I was 2 subs away from reaching 18,000. And that was also, it was like, man, I need to take a break too because of the stuff. I had just lost my channel again, and it's like, what am I doing? Like, it was the 5th time last year, and that's what pushed me to the point that I needed to take a break. So really, but thank you for doing that. I lost let me see, I dropped all the way down to almost 17.1 when I started my show back up here a few weeks ago. I literally lost damn near 1,000 subs, and there's quite a few, I've gained about 150 back. So thank you. Any of you, the new subs, it really means a lot to me, seriously, because I was that close to hitting 18K. Just 2 away, and so it's unfortunate. There's some people that were members for like 2 or 3 years that lost their little icon that comes with their membership, their little badge of 12 plus and 24 plus. And I know people really, that means a lot to them, and it means a lot to me too. And the fact that YouTube took that away from them is just, so I really do appreciate anybody helping out the channel. Like I said, we were gone for 6 months. They don't even really put us in the algorithm and haven't. And anytime you guys do share and, help us out, it really means a lot to me because, we definitely took a hit, and it was just because I needed a mental break, and YouTube didn't like that. So. But we got to take a break sometimes, and it's just something that needed to happen. You're the only one that mentioned that light in his mouth. Thank you. I know I'm not really seeing anybody talk about it. Now. There's a lot of people talking about multiple perps now. We've been talking about that from the get. A lot of people talking multiple perps. I'm glad to see burglary gone wrong. All of this stuff. This is how you know, like when you're coming here, I'm not giving you BS. It may be stuff that you're like, oh my gosh, that don't. But seriously, I can't, I can't, I can't pimp shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna tell you the real, and however long it takes, you'll see. Damn, that he does make sense. It's just how my brain works. Like it's 1,000 tiles flipping all at the same time until they're all matching up, and then stuff. It's like I said, you come in my mind, it's just nothing but analytics running on overdrive about everything. Even like how many socks I'm gonna bring with me on vacation. So my mind doing this, my mind actually is busy, and that's what it needs. Nobody here wants you to fix anything. Aw, I appreciate that. Doris, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Let me make sure I come up and like this. Oh, I see another one too. Thank you so much. Let me like this and heart it. I appreciate you very much. And let me throw this up there for you. Thank you. Little confetti for you. Appreciate you. And now, if I could not be a rookie or a born again rookie here, YouTube born again rookie, if I can figure out what screen I was using, that would be swell. I think it's that one. All right. Thank you so much for that contribution. PJ was whining probably, and he had to make a move. She was already complaining and not having flowers on her desk Friday, while I know and support people. Do it ethical, right? Yeah. But they know that people will fall for this because they know people truly do care and they want to help and they think that they're helping. And then, people do stuff like make a 2-minute video with them pulling up and leaving with a freaking Corvette that they use your money for, thinking that you're actually helping them, like bring attention to missing people and stuff like that. And so, yeah, but if people are willing to do it, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not trying to earn money that way for my work. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to earn money that way for my work because, like I said, if I have to earn money that way doing that kind of work, there's plenty other things that I can do to make way more money than do that, if that's the route that I'm going to take. So I'm here for a different kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? And yes, thank you so much for your support, Dolores. It is okay, and thank you for explaining and bringing this to us, Reba. And I really appreciate you. Like, you know what? This is one thing that I do have to say is that, ever since I've been back, and it just makes me so proud, and I just love you all so much. Ever since I've been back, this chat has just been nothing but beautiful and respectful, and everybody's opinion is allowed as long as it is respectful, because if it's respectful, I boot your ass. But I just want to say thank you, because I don't say it enough, and I just wanted to say it because it's just, like, I'm seeing all these different opinions. Even I have a different opinion, and it's just nothing but respect and love for everybody. And that just, it makes me so proud, and I just really appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I thought too. Nosebleed. Man, you guys are hitting me tonight in the heart here. Blunt force trauma. Yes. Yes. I don't know. Tell me what you think, Tiffany. I was saying from the beginning it was a pistol whip to the face. A pistol whip to the face. Let me know what you think. It looks like yes, blood spray. That's what it is. Constantly lying. There is a lot of stuff. Oh, there is a lot of stuff back and forth. Let me heart and like this also, and let me throw some confetti up to you, and I'm gonna pay attention to what screen layover I have right now so I don't look like a rookie, especially for your super chat. This is what I heard. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat, and here's some confetti for real. Watched our fellow YouTubers, but always came back to CJ to verify. Thank you so much for the trust, and thank you for your support for real. Not only in the shows, but in the comment section of the videos. Really, the support means a lot. Because listen, you see my videos, like my videos don't even really get the attention or the algorithm. You know what I mean? Not even so. It really means a lot. And I do apologize again about the transcripts, and I do apologize again about the shows where it would take quite a bit for me to maneuver, but I hope you do understand as well. And trust me, everybody, every single day is a day to be better, no matter how good you are. And that's what I try and do no matter what. So I mean, you'll see every couple days I might have a little something new. Look, we got a new live thing that has a blue little neon thing around it to match everything, like little updates. We got this screen, so when we're watching different stuff, we have like EvilleCJ Media live feed on the scene. Please show some love to the channel on the scene. We got breaking news. Please show some love to the creator. We got all sorts of different stuff for you. You know what I mean? Just to show some love to y'all, because really I could easily just be a piece of shit and not even waste any of my time doing video edits, working on shit, or even trying to make it an experience that is better and better each day for y'all, which is what most do, but we can't do that. All right, let me see here. What else? And let me see. Also, make sure and hit the settings and make sure you're not on top chat, because no matter what I try and do to get YouTube to actually like show live chat instead of default to top chat, it drives me nuts when I go to people's channels. It's like I'd rather see it all. Like I'd rather have it on live and then have to switch it to top chat if that's what I'm wanting, because I'd like to see what everybody has to say. It's about what everybody has to say, right? CJ, it fills the heart to see a chat that can have yes, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. And what's up? Where's the comment? I saw her sneak in here. What's up, Stone? It keeps taking it. It keeps moving. Hold on. I want to highlight it here. Where did it go? There it is. What's up, Stone? I was thinking possibly abdomen type impact, where it creates that coagulated like spit. Could be. I'm just thinking of the mouth. That's just mine. Suzmac, I still think about your episode of Fry's tie. Yes, the clip-on tie. Sue, that was so long ago. Wow, bringing back some old memories. Don't I kind of have the light like I used to back in the day, the blue neon like I did back in the day? We kind of went back in the day with some of the setup here. It does on other platforms still give status to those that money support. I change accounts and names. Aw, thank you so much. But see the value in places I post that says 99 percentile. If that's all that mattered, I stay hidden for a reason. And that's what I heard. Appreciate you. Let me see here. All right, we're going to get to blue is my fave. It's my favorite too. It's my favorite too. Cowboy blue. That's mine. That's why you get the blue right here. That's all of it is the blue. It's all about the blue. It's always been blue. All right, let's go ahead and take this picture down so we're not really looking at that anymore. And let's see what kind of updates we got going on and if there's anything else that we missed. So let me switch back to this. And we'll get to some of these episodes here. Brian Enton had a new episode, TMZ. And again, anything that I go through on the show or I might not go through on the show, definitely, if you have X, definitely follow me on there. Hit the notification. You'll be able to. I wish YouTube did this where I could share. I guess I could share a playlist, but then you actually can like edit it, and that's not what I'm wanting. But I want kind of like a live feed where you can literally go like this. So here's this right here. Let me see how they could be using the signal sniffer. We already talked about that. This is my theory, how I did it. That explains. And I'll probably go into a little bit more here in the future. And we got more work to show you on that video edit. This person was sending signals way before we even thought that they were sending signals last night when I put that video out. I'm telling you right now, they were sending signals before they even walked through that little half circle doorway to go back outside, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll be bringing that to you either tomorrow night or the next time that I'm live, either 7:30 p.m. Central tomorrow or 7:30 p.m. Central on Tuesday. The next live, make sure you show up because I'm going to be going through it. I'm going to be showing you. I'm going to be explaining it. I'm going to be breaking it down. And there's a reason why mainstream media has now been on the angle of multiple perpetrators. All right, so we went through all the updates on Twitter, or X. I always call it Twitter. All right, let me see if we got any updates from the authorities. We're going to go check out some live on location scenes, and then we're going to get into these some of these reports. Number one from Brian Enton, which I totally appreciate his work and his effort and his reporting. All right, so far I'm not seeing any law enforcement updates. Now, we did hear that there's a possibility that there's going to be an announcement from law enforcement, but honestly, it'll probably come tomorrow during the morning or the afternoon. And it will probably be in regards to the DNA that was found on the glove that was 2 miles away from the house. So don't be surprised if it has nothing to do with the scene of the crime. All right, let me see here. Looks like JLR gave up for the night, or he must gave up for the night. Okay. I mean, there really was nothing going on, honestly. Because I was up at let me see. I was up at like 4 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning. I was up at, and I was literally staying tuned the whole day because I was ready to go live if there was anything that was happening. I was totally prepared to go live at an instant notice, and I just continued to monitor the situation. And while I was monitoring the situation from the outside with all of the different things that I have, I figured, you know what, while I'm sitting here monitoring, I might as well work on updating the stuff some more. All right, so I'm not seeing anything there. And after this, we'll just kind of take a look. We haven't shared this channel yet. We're going to share him tonight. This is Dad's Gone Live. Now, normally I watch Dad's Gone Live television or YouTube channel when I'm done with my shows. So normally when I'm done with my shows, because they're usually out in Los Angeles, okay? They chase police activity. So usually when I am done with my show here, when I go to wind down, I'll go check out Dad's Gone Live. He's got a really respectful way of reporting, and he's not about the clickbait BS either. And so I really appreciate the effort and the work that this gentleman does out there. So I'm going to share their channel. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to share their channel because they're the only live feed that's going on right now. There's no national media that's out there right now. Not like there was the last couple nights. So let me go ahead and share this with you guys real quick, and then we'll check out and see what's going on his location, and then we'll get into this Brian Enton episode and this TMZ episode with this other stuff here. So let me... Oh, hold on. For some reason, it made some of the letters lowercase. Okay, so let's put that up there. Now, you're not going to click on this, but I'll put the actual link in. I just need this because it's a better way to present the person's channel than have this thing right here, because this just looks absolutely ridiculous and oversized, and there's no reason for it. So let me put this back up there. Dad's gone live to stream. He doesn't mind you using this. Oh yes, yeah. The dude. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not just making this up. When you watch his streams, you will see that he is about the same stuff, the same energy that we're about, like, and is about the reporting respectfully and with a conscience too. And so this is why, because there's plenty that are out there. I'm only going to promote the people that are about the same energy as we are. So here is the actual link that you can click on. So I encourage you, just like you'll see on the screen when we're checking out their channel, go show some love to the creator. Look, you can come back here. You're not going to get in trouble if you need there's not even a hall pass. You don't need a hall pass. If you want to go over there, go over there. If you don't want to come back, you don't come back. If you want to come back and hang out, then come on back. You know what I'm saying? But most importantly, go show this person some love. All right. So let's go ahead and switch to this. Let's see what's going on out on the scene. And we'll find out, and then we'll go to the rest of the report. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Where's it at? Where's it at? All right, there we go. Now, let me go ahead and we'll go ahead and put this up there. And you got the Dad's Gone Live. I'll keep dropping the channel, and I'll keep putting this up there until now. I know I need to figure out, hold on a second. I need to figure out, maybe we can put the breaking news at the top. Maybe we can put the breaking news and that stuff at the top. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. So when I have my next show, don't worry, we're going to be able to have this up there the whole time. I'm going to keep going back and forth, dropping the link, but I'm going to have to do some more editing. All right. So let's check out and see what's going on here and see if there's any activity going on. To me, it looks dark as hell. There's like not even any lights on. This gives you the perfect view of what it looked like for this criminal. Check this out. Look at this. Look at how dark that is. Do you think so when it comes to signals, yeah, somebody's going to be able to see these light signals. I'm going to have this right here. Shout out to Dad's Gone Live for this shot right here, because this is the perfect shot that I needed to explain why these signals were the way that they were. And it also helps me because it gives me a view from the street at night, so I know even better where the lookout would have been in order to see those light signals. Thank you so much. Definitely go show some love and support. Let's see what's going on. Let's turn on this audio. Let's see. Thank you for subscribing over there. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And drop a comment, drop some hearts, and show some love too. Drop some comments in their video. When you go sub up, hit the like on their channel, turn their notifications on, give them hearts, comment in their chat, give them hearts, show them love. and then come on back. The 3-step process. Hit the like over there, hit the notification bell on their channel, and type in the comment section. Show some love. And subscribe too for Quad. All right, let's see what's going on here. Uh-oh. Why is it buffering? Hold on 1 second. Because StreamYard's probably buffering.
And that's why we're so. Holy cow.
250. 200.
What the heck? Come on, YouTube. Come on, YouTube. Here, let me switch my head.
North of 8200 East. Respond on A5E.
I want you guys to be able to see that chat too. So I'll put me up here. Hold on. There we go. I want you guys to be able to see that chat too. So there you go. You can see that chat. Let me turn on live chat. You can see. Let's see what's going on. If there's any activity, it looks like they're heading somewhere. I'm not sure. Why does it keep buffering? Why is it buffering whenever I'm screen sharing StreamYard? What's going on? Frickin' StreamYard, dude. I tell you what, you try and do a frickin' show and it just... Hold on. All right, let's see what's going on here. What's up, Key?
I need a freaking cell phone booster. This is ridiculous.
That's pretty loud. Must be in a bad area. What's up, Yule? How you doing tonight? Please go show some love. Live feed on the scene. Please show some love to the channel on the scene. I dropped the link in chat. If you're just joining, here is the link to the live stream. Definitely subscribe, hit the like, leave a comment in their chat, give them some hearts, and give them some prayers for being out there.
Oh, that was nothing. I saw red lights up ahead. I thought it was a cop car or something. It's nothing.
And we do have live scanner. They have live scanner on this channel, so I won't be playing it. If it does pop up, it'll pop up on their channel while we watch theirs. The others don't. But this channel right here, listen, it's just like we report it the same way. Shout out to them. It's about respect.
I was driving about 25, 30. I can go slower.
Concern for the family,
it always
loved
looks like I'm
ones,
going
and
faster
victims.
than I really am. So right now,
So
I'm
definitely
going
go show this
18
dude
miles an
some
hour.
love.
Earlier, I was going about 25 to 30, which is about, speed limit to 5 over. Speed limit's 25. Now I'm going like 24. So I wasn't really driving that fast. I see a lot of comments. No, previously I was driving like 15 miles an hour and had cars honking at me.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys remember yesterday?
That was a good shot of that front. That's going to help me out. I'm going to use that picture on my next stream that I do when
Annie is the other sister.
When I'm going into the
Savannah
new video
was
edit
the one
stuff.
That's on the Today Show.
When I'm going into the new video edit stuff, it is really gonna help when it comes to me explaining what I need to explain, because there's still some people that are like, oh, it's because of a snake. No, it's not because of a snake. You know why it's not because of a snake? Because the dude reached down and picked up flowers before he turned the frickin' light on. Give me a break. If somebody's looking for a snake, they're going to click it on first and then reach. You don't reach for a pan and then go, oh, wait, I need to check if it's hot. No. So that's how I know. Trust me, I know. You got to do your little light stuff to find snakes. I already know that. But if you watch the video, you will see the person reach down, grab the frickin' flowers, and then click the light. That's ass backwards if you're trying to look for a snake before you pick up flowers, you know? Let me see. Overnight SWAT raid leads to 3 detained. Let me see here. What's up with the... let me see. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. What picture? What pictures, Caddy? What pictures? On Google. That's why they started printing the word hot. Yeah, that's right. I'm sharing your short with Light on X where I see people. Well, here's the thing. The short is old information. So if anybody does share that, please share this version. And let me see here. Let me go to my channel. Share this version right here. Signals, this one right here. Signals to the second perp. This one right here. I'll share the link. So copy the link and then share that one. This is the one right here that shows way more than the short. The short was from like 4 days ago. It was whenever the video just got dropped, or maybe the day after. This one is me kind of going through it because I don't have a lot of time, so I wasn't able to make a short video about it until last night when I actually had some time. And plus I'm working on the video edits, which takes a lot of time too. But I was finally able to make a short form video of it. And even though I've been talking about it for a few days, I used last night's show because I felt like that was the best presentation and the quickest presentation that I could do to kind of explain everything. So please share this one out if you do. Here's the link to the video. Signals to the second perp. The light signal sent to the other abductor. And again, I can't wait to, I got to work a little bit more on it, but I can't wait to show you that I discovered this person was given a frickin' signal before we thought they were just given a signal that we thought was before that they were just it keeps happening. It's more and more and more. This person literally had their light on before they walked out that half circle. The next show, promise. Because it ain't, listen, I'm like, I could honestly finish the work tonight, but I want to bring it to you live. And so honestly, I'm supposed to have the night off. I haven't had a night off for a while, but honestly, it's like 95% I'm going to be live tomorrow night. So just a heads up, it's probably going to be tomorrow night that I'm going to be showing you guys this stuff. I'm so excited. My excitement is going to make me not take a night off. All right. It's only 11-minute watch. So definitely check it out after the show. Click on the link, get it in your history feed, and then come back. And then you can watch it after the show's done. Let me know in the comments section, because if you think you can see something right there, wait until what I'm going to show you tomorrow night. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, let's go back to this feed here.
Give me a couple Red Bulls, keep me up, buy a couple snacks.
Oh, I got you. Well, do me a favor, share them both. Share them both. I appreciate it. I get what you're saying about the longer one. I get what you're saying, and I appreciate it. Share them both. Thank you. It means everything that you're even thinking about sharing it out. For real. Thank you.
Says there's a Taco Bell up here somewhere.
All right, so they're going to get food. Man, food sounds good.
Dude, KFC?
I haven't had food since breakfast. Let me see. Let me see here. Let me see what else we got.
I like chicken.
For updates. Oh, I can't listen to food talk right now because then I will end my show because I'm starving. I haven't had food since breakfast. All right. Let me see if there's any new updates. Then we're going to tap in to our folder for the newest updates so we can hear what these experts have to say. Ooh, Brian Enton just came out with a new episode. We are going to watch that tonight instead. Hold on one second. Yep, we're going to watch that one tonight. No wonder. Let's see here. What else is there? And I think that's it. It shouldn't take me up. DNA from glove. Okay, that's just another news station trying to promote. Let's see. Live on the scene. So somebody else will be live on the scene here coming up. So let me go ahead and we already have their channel too. So I will share their channel if they do end up going live. Give me a second here. Let's see. Show. All right. And I think we made it all the way. Let me go ahead and go to this, and then we'll have this on standby for when they do go live. All right. Now let me go to my folder, and we're going to get into the latest reports. Actually, I want to play. This is a video that's going to be very important, and I wanted to play this from the beginning of the show. This is, I believe, the doctor discussing the pain that Nancy Guthrie's family is going through. And it ties into the stuff that I talked about at the beginning of the show when it comes to people making these fake-ass clickbait updates just to have attention and money in their pocket at the expense of the family's health. Because every time you give them false hope and it gets ripped away, you took a little piece of what they had, and you minimize what they were before they ran into your bullshit. And so it's really important. These are real people. They have real feelings, and you shouldn't be playing these games with these people. You can make, it's like I always say, eat your food. Eat your food. Everybody's hungry. Everybody needs food. But I'm only trying to cook my meals with people that cook meals the way that I cook my meals. I'm not trying to hang with that other. All right, let me pull this up, and let's check this out. This is I believe it's a doctor here talking about the pain here.
Sargon, of course, she's the host of News Nation's Batya. Batya joining us now for analysis. We have Batya Ungar Sargon. Of course, she's the host of News Nation's Batya. Batya, great to see you. And before we launch into politics, before we talk about the SAVE Act, let's get your take on the breaking development off the top of our show here. We see Savannah Guthrie just posting a new video moments ago. She is appealing directly to the kidnappers tonight. I believe we have a soundbite of that. Let's take a listen.
It's been 2 weeks since our mom was taken, and I just wanted to come on and say that we still have hope, and we still believe. And I wanted to say to whoever has her or knows where she is, that it's never too late. And you're not lost or alone. And it is never too late to do the right thing. And we are here.
It's never too late to do the right thing. What is your reaction tonight as we get these new words from her?
You can just see the unbearable pain on her face and hear her trying to appeal to whoever has committed this horrendous, horrific crime on a human level. And I think that just speaks to who Savannah Guthrie is. It's so unbearable. And I think infuriating as well that the police have not made more headway on this. You like to think that, of course, the police will be able to find someone if something like this happens. I remember after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, it took a couple days for them to find the killer, and just having this moment of horror, like, what if they never find this person? That lack of accountability is, I think, as Americans, unbearable to us. And so watching this go on longer and longer and longer, it's just so hard. And my heart just goes out to her.
Do you think this kind of appeal we're seeing tonight directly to the kidnappers, it's almost as if she's trying to appeal to their humanity, that you have done unspeakable evil, you have done wrong, but it is not too late to do the right thing in this case. Do you think that indicates that 2 weeks in, behind the scenes, this investigation is not going the way that one would hope?
I think it does. It does seem like she's trying to take a different tack than in the other videos that I've seen, sort of change who she's addressing, change the tone. It feels a little bit like throwing spaghetti at the wall at this point. And again, there's something about the lack of progress in the investigation. I keep hearing on our channel that they don't think this person was some mastermind. And the fact that he managed to evade the police and law enforcement for so long, there's something about that is truly enraging.
Absolutely. Bati, I really appreciate you jumping in on this.
Man, she couldn't have said it any better. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, couldn't have said it any better. Couldn't have said it any better. All right, we're going to go to, this is Harvey Levin on Fox News talking about this glove real quick.
This is a Fox News alert. The investigation into Nancy Guthrie's disappearance has now entered its third week, and the case may have caught another break. Hello, everyone. I am Tommy Laren, along with Joey Jones, Kaylee McGee-White, and Kevin Cork. This is the second hour of the Big Weekend Show. So while authorities still have no suspects or persons of interest, the FBI tells Fox News that it has received preliminary forensic results in the case. Of note, one of the approximately 16 gloves recovered appears to match the gloves of the individual seen on the surveillance video at Guthrie's home the night she disappeared. The FBI says the glove contains a DNA profile, and they are awaiting quality control and confirmation before they put it in their national database. Back with us is Max Gordon, live outside Nancy Guthrie's home in Tucson, Arizona. Max, what's the latest?
Hey, Tommy. Well, this glove could be a significant piece of evidence, but at this point, we simply don't know. The glove was found about 2 miles away on the side of the road, and investigators say that it does look similar to the glove that was worn by the suspect who was caught on surveillance camera outside of Nancy Guthrie's home. The glove was sent to a lab.
Right. This is what I heard, because they found him pretty quick.
In Florida for testing, and according to the FBI, the preliminary results are now in, and they're waiting on official confirmation before putting the unknown male profile into the FBI's DNA database called CODIS. This process typically takes 24 hours from when the FBI receives DNA. Investigators collected about 16 gloves in various areas near the house. Most of them belonged to searchers and had been discarded while looking for Nancy Guthrie. If the FBI does get a DNA hit, it could help identify the suspect, but the operative word here is could. Here he's seen on Nancy Guthrie's doorbell camera, described as a male between 5'9" and 5'10", with an average build, seen carrying a 25-liter Ozark Trail hiker pack from Walmart. Meanwhile, the search continues. Fox News Digital learned that authorities have been using a high-tech Bluetooth scanner placed on the bottom of law enforcement helicopters to try to detect Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker signal. The helicopter has been seen flying in low, slow grid patterns in an attempt to pick up a signal. Meanwhile, there's been limited investigative work here at Nancy Guthrie's home over the weekend. There's just been one sheriff's deputy parked here, just standing by, guarding the house. But neighbors have been by, dropping off flowers and notes of encouragement. Some folks just stopping by to look at the house as this neighborhood still grapples with what's happened here. Tommy?
Max Gordon, I'm sure a lot of looky-loos. Thank you so much for joining us as always.
Yep.
All right, so TMZ has played a major part in this mystery as they've received multiple notes from an individual who alleges that they know the identity of Guthrie's abductor and her current location. They're reportedly demanding $100,000 as ransom for that information. Joining us now is TMZ executive producer. He's been on this story from the beginning, Harvey Levin. Harvey, we appreciate you taking the time with us tonight. We know you're very involved in all of this. Have you received any more details from this individual? And how certain are you that this person is legit, meaning they actually know the whereabouts, they're not just a scammer?
Well, I can't tell you for sure if it's legit or not because we don't know who it is. I will tell you that the FBI.
Before he tells you, I'm going to go ahead and say what I did in the beginning of the show when it comes to this Ransom person. International FBI can't find out who it is. That spells another country that is across either ocean, and that means hoax.
I has been definitely
Check
interested
out my
in
intro
these
tonight.
emails, but they are especially interested in the first ransom note that we got and a couple of local stations in Tucson got. They have been in touch with us multiple times about that ransom note. I am puzzled because I know Savannah Guthrie had said that they were prepared to pay. We have been checking the account and the ransom is not in there. But I can tell you the FBI is keenly interested in the ransom note. They are also interested in this demand.
One thing we do have to say, yes, it's they have to be interested, but it's been 15 days and the FBI would have said that the ransom note is legitimate if the ransom note was legitimate, and the ransom note still is not legitimate.
Letter. Actually, we've received 3 of them now from the same individual. But again, nobody has put any money in that account. Like you said, they're asking for $100,000. So far, there's nothing in there.
So on that very first ransom letter that you say the FBI continues to ask questions about, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but it seems like, I guess my question is, have you received any communication from anyone pretending to be or saying they are the same people from the first ransom letter?
No, the only additional communication was sent to one of the local stations in Tucson. We did not receive that second one. They did, and it matches the first. Those are the only 2 communications, at least the only 2 that I know of. But the FBI, as of Friday, was very interested in the note we received. And I'm not going to get into detail, but there were significant contacts over it.
Is it possible, or would you have any reason to believe that if you're not hearing back from them, those deadlines passed, but the FBI is still concerned about it? Do you think it's possible at all that the family or FBI are now in direct communication with them and they're not needing to go through the media?
I don't think so, because as of Friday, the FBI was still trying to determine this person's identity. So if the FBI couldn't, then the family hasn't, because the FBI is clearly working with the Guthrie family.
Mm-hmm.
Harvey, yesterday you said that if you were the Guthrie family, you would not pay the ransom. Now, is that because you don't believe that these letters are legitimate? And if that's the case, what's the purpose here in continuing to publicize them?
Yeah, I didn't say that. What somebody had asked me yesterday, why doesn't TMZ just pay the tipster who says for $100,000, I'll tell you who it is? And that would be really inappropriate for us to get involved that way. But I never said that anything about whether the Guthrie should or shouldn't pay the money. I said I'm puzzled by it because they said they were ready to and they haven't. But this is clearly all part of law enforcement. I mean, this thing has been very well choreographed by the FBI.
Harvey, Kevin Cork here. I've been following your career for a pretty long time. I've been in the business for a minute as well. I can't recall a circumstance like this. Have you ever seen anything play out in this way? And if you've seen anything remotely like it, what usually happens? Because I'm grasping for straws here, trying to figure out where this investigation will ultimately end up.
Well, look, I mean, if this ransom note that we received is legitimate, and I think the FBI has reason to believe it may well be, this person has been incredibly successful at hiding his identity. Believe me, it's not for a lack of trying. So, as technology advances, not just for the FBI in crime solving, but for perpetrators, for kidnappers, to create anonymity. I think we're seeing that much more than I've ever seen in the past, because usually the FBI is able to crack things much more easily, but this was really, really sophisticated. So,
See what I'm saying?
look, I mean,
usually, oh, where's my camera? Usually the FBI is able to crack this. It's why when I heard international, I'm like, why wouldn't they just say Mexico or Canada? You know what I'm saying? Like, so then international, I'm like, they're like, expect it to go international. And I'm like, well, damn, that means the only way that the FBI isn't able to find out who's sending a frickin' email is because of the international laws with specific countries that I'm not going to name names, but I'm just going to tell you, when we were investigating pedo networks with the Delphi case, that's when I saw what countries don't allow the United States government to investigate communications that get transmitted between this, quote, country or this app that is governed under said country. It's the only reason that the FBI would not be hey, it could be. I'm not going to name the countries because, but you can type it in chat and I can highlight it. I just can't say it. But yes, that's one of them. If you want to name some other ones, I can tell you if they're part of it too. I just can't say it. But yeah, that's why when after today and this whole international thing kept, again, go to, if you're just joining, after the show's done, come back to the beginning of the show, of this one, and in my intro, I'll explain where I'm coming from, and I'll give you all the I'll give you all the reasons why it makes sense now that this is a hoax from another country that is protected from international law, and they know it. That's why they are trying to capitalize off of American sympathy for Nancy Guthrie, just like some of these content creators are. They need to pay for their flashy cars and their fancy dinners and their $300 jeans and all this other stuff. So sad. But it's true. It's true. What's up, Tech Death? I don't believe the searchers. Yeah, they did. They did. I mean, this is what I got to say, too. Like, when it comes to this comment right here. Blue Bobby. All right? And Busby knows this because he was boots on the ground, boats on the water with us. There's a reason when I'm out boots on the ground and I'm doing my searches for missing people. And trust me, if I was next to Arizona, I'd be out there because we would have had a grid ground search started on day one. I just don't have the finances to do it. But Busby knows this personally. There's a reason why I only had a small circle when it comes to my team. Because I know that I can give my full efforts and focus to the victim. I don't have to watch my back, and I don't have to watch one of my team members because I already know that they approach information, the crime scene, evidence, the same way that I do. Because if I have to take focus off of the victim when I'm out there doing my work to sit there and watch somebody else, we don't need you. Now, when it comes to people that do things like this, when they're out there trying to search, That's the minimal of it, Blonde Bobby. And I hate to say it. That is the very minimal. There is people out there that literally mishandle evidence on the regular. So, tossing gloves, if I know it's shocking, but I'm going to tell you, that ain't nothing with what goes on out there. People literally, and I mean, it happens way more than it should, way more than you think. People mishandle evidence. I'm thinking countries that has angered, it's not just those. It's countries that we're cool with. They just have certain international laws. It's unfortunate, but it's true. That's why a lot of these pedos are able to get away with some of the stuff that they're able to get away with because of these international laws. And that's how I found out about it. We were investigating Delphi and the connections, and it led us all the way across the oceans, and it was like, damn, they can literally do this and get away with it. And it's like, yeah, it's international law. It's true. They dropped the gloves. You got to understand what BS details they are on. Yeah. Right? Especially that glove that was dropped earlier. We had to hurry up and go run and see it. It's like, oh my Lord, bro, that's a long drive out there. I know. Well, they said they did, but people out there looking for it, knowing it will be. Well, who knows? It literally could be. I would hope that it's not investigators, but searchers. I'm just assuming it's. I don't know who in the hell would throw their gloves on. I mean, I appreciate the effort. I know people appreciate you going out there, but why are you going to dirty Mother Earth? You're killing Mother Earth while you're trying to look for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? It really doesn't. What's up, Rodney54? Thank you. Appreciate your support. Small circles are best circles. You know what I'm saying, though, Busby? Like, you know the team that we have, and it was very small, but there's one thing we didn't have to do. We didn't have to look over each other's back to make sure that we weren't, we were. That's why we were so effective. But there's so many people out there that mishandle evidence, and they do it live on camera too, and it's just like, are we trying to help the victims or what? We appreciate the effort, but know what you're doing first, and if you don't know how to, then don't. They used the bathroom in Nancy's house. Interesting. Is that why you think they checked the septic system? Interesting. That's what I try and do. No chaser, because it's just a job to them. Yeah. Y'all would be appalled by some of the things. Yeah. Ain't that the truth? Us felt like I was saving the country, but when stuff didn't fit narrative, yes. Yes, they're getting overloaded. That's why, I know the tips that law enforcement's getting. I know the tips. Because that's the thing. You can go, look, I did all my stuff live too. You can go to my old videos and you can see all the boots on the ground stuff we did. That's one thing I didn't do. I didn't just go hang around. I went searching. Because if somebody's missing, there's no reason to stand there. There's a reason to go find another spot to see if you can find them. And we got sent on a lot of visual details, even from teams that worked with law enforcement as well. Even family members. There was a lot of visual stuff. but we did it anyway. Because we didn't know. We didn't know. It could be, it couldn't be. All right, back to Harvey on this ransom note. Y'all know what I think, and I think it's going to come out that it is an international. It's going to be that, not Nancy's kidnapping, but this ransom note. Watch, this ransom note will end up becoming separate, unless this is the only way that I think it would be connected, is if that other country then kidnapped Nancy, which I highly doubt, because if they're gonna if another country is gonna have somebody kidnap Nancy, they're not gonna show up to the house like this person did. They're gonna listen, you're not gonna settle for less than rookie talent level, okay? You're gonna make sure they're effective as hell if you're another country. So that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes sense is that the hoax of a ransom note will become an international crime. The hoax of the ransom note will become an international crime that will be separate from the actual kidnapping crime itself. That's just me. But just like I said, it was a burglary gone wrong in the very beginning. Now it's coming out to be legitimate. Same with this.
There's a profile
Just my
already of
opinion.
this guy. I mean, the guy is 5'9", 5'10". He has it appears to have a mustache, a goatee. We have identified both the backpack and the jacket that he's wearing, both of which were purchased at Walmart. There's no doubt in my mind, and law enforcement believes this too, that the guy is from the Tucson area. He is tech savvy and he is smart. The letter that was written is really well constructed. So at least that's something to go on. And I think it's going to build and build. I think if the glove, if this is, and I don't know, I mean, it's weird to me that it's OJ-esque that somebody dropped a single glove 2 miles away. So, I hope this is the real deal. There's something in my head that's saying, how could that be? That somebody who took that kind of care drops a glove on the side of the road. So I don't know. I hope it is. And there's, by the way, there's something called a PCR test, which is a sophisticated DNA test. And you can do a field one very quickly, which apparently they did, but they have to send it to the lab to get the real confirmation.
Good night.
Which
Thank
I
you.
believe is what's going on.
Good night, and thank you again for your support. I really appreciate it. And have a peaceful Sunday evening. And thank you for hanging out. What porta potties are for? You think porta potty? They tested I don't know. I know they tested the septic tank, but that was like a week later. I can't wait until we get Rosie back on and we can go through all these mishaps that the law enforcement did. The local, I'll say. Shout out to the FBI, though.
On right now.
So, Harvey, just going off of what you just said there, and obviously we're all just speculating here. We want to make sure our audience fully understands that. But you said it's kind of odd that they would drop this glove off. It feels OJ-esque. Is there a part of you that thinks maybe they wanted that glove to be found? Maybe they wanted that surveillance video to be seen with them putting flowers over the doorbell camera? Kind of like a bumbling idiot. Do you feel like
they were a rookie?
Intentional?
They were a rookie.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I have no idea.
They were a rookie.
If this person had Nancy Guthrie,
it's somebody that was a getaway driver before, and they said, "Look, man," you're not doing very good at getting away. You're not doing very good at getting us away. Now, the smart criminal would have said, "I'm not even going to invite you to the next one." That's what the smart criminal would have said. But the desperate criminal says, "Hey, buddy, let me do the driving. This time, you go in and do the robbing." That's what took place. Seriously. Because this had to be the first time this person showed up. It had to be.
How did he get her 2 miles
It had to be.
from the scene? I'm assuming it's in a vehicle. And if it's in a vehicle, why is this dropped in a field? I don't know. Look, I don't know. This could be real. I hope it is. It's just weird to me.
Harvey, it's been a while now. So trying to recall the timeline of events sometimes is even difficult for us to cover it almost every day. My question for you is, from the very first ransom note, obviously you probably have contacts in federal law enforcement just because of the nature of what you all do. But have you had interactions with both the FBI and the local sheriff's office on behalf of investigating this? And if so, have you seen a difference in how it's been handled?
We have had contact with both. We have had more detailed contact with the FBI because of these letters, and they have been multiple. We've talked to people in the sheriff's department a lot, but not as much in depth. And really, what we've got is much more interesting to the FBI because they have the ability to kind of hunt this down. I don't think the sheriff does. So we're dealing with both, but I think it's fair to say our contact with the FBI has been deeper.
Sure, I appreciate that.
Harvey Levin, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here.
All right. Damn, there's like 3 things you can click on now, and I'm not trying to. All right. I'm going to actually, I'll share Brian Netton's episode, but I'm actually going to save that for, I'm actually going to save that for tomorrow night, because it just dropped from Brian Netton, and I want him, even if it's 1 view in the first, day, I want to make sure that he gets them all possible. So we'll go ahead and go into what Brian, I'm probably going to be live tomorrow night. All right. We'll go into what he has to say tomorrow night. Here's the link for Brian Netton's episode. Go ahead and click on it. Get it in your watch history. Come on back. Our show will be in the same watch history. Just click on that. Come right back in. And then when the show's done, then you can go back into your watch history and then click on his video and check out what he's saying. And then come on in tomorrow night and let me know what you think as we get into it. By the way, new video edit update coming out. Not the one that I'm really hoping for. It's going to take most of the week, though. But I got more info, and I already gave you the beans, but you're going to see it tomorrow night. All right, the next video I do want to go into is a Fox News video about don't see any investigative advantage to releasing this information. And I have to totally agree with it. So let's
bring in former ATF special agent in charge, Bernard Zaper. Bernard,
I hope
what do you make of this report on the glove that was found? Male DNA, that's all they're saying so far. That really could be anybody.
It could be anybody. And I'm actually surprised that this information has been made public. And I'm also very surprised that the scanning for the pacemaker telemetry is made public as well.
That's one thing I was really shocked about last night, because unless they felt like they had to come out and say it because people were gonna be upset about it, because let's be honest, you got a helicopter that has to go, here's your roof, and you have a helicopter that has to literally be like this. It's gonna make a lot of noise. It's gonna shake your pictures. It's going to rattle your silverware. It's going to do those things, okay? So I'm sure it was going to piss off a lot of people, and maybe that's why they felt the need to come out and mention it. But the glove and the DNA stuff, I don't know if I would have said anything yet either, because really you kind of contributed to conspiracy. You could have just waited and said, you know what I mean? Waited till the results came back. So I do agree with that with him as well, but I'm not so, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If people want to believe if people want to believe that cotton balls exist at the bottom of cliffs and so they can jump off of them and be safe, that's up to them. They're that stupid, okay? But when it comes to the helicopter and the whole sniffer pacemaker thing, I didn't even know that shit existed, honestly. And I know it's public knowledge, but it's not like I knew it existed. And so when I heard about it, I was like, whoa, I never heard of this before. This is and then I heard all of the conspiracy that was behind it, and then I actually went to look it up, and I looked it up, and I'm like, why are these people even promoting the sniffer this way? If you're really honest with yourself and you really are a sleuther, that's why you do the shows you do, because you're supposed to think more in depth and detailed than most. If you're a sleuther, then why are you promoting it like that? So I suppose we need to be honest about it, and that's what the honesty is. It literally is very slow. So I'm surprised they put that out there. Not that it's like crazy technology, because it would be crazy technology if they could be like way up here and move like this. That would be crazy technology, but not when you literally have to hover above a roof and be focused on a particular spot. It's something, you know. I think that some of that info was leaked and the department decided to get on top of it. You think so? It could have been leaked too. I never thought that is true. It could have been leaked.
Regardless, the investigators are not standing by for this DNA results. They have to go back and retrace everything they've done. And it's never a matter of waiting. They always have to be leaning forward into the investigation to see if there's any gaps, anything they can follow up on. Anything that newly matches and things that might have been before disconnected seemingly.
It's also kind of a teaching lesson that maybe if you're searching for somebody in the desert, you don't want to discard your rubber gloves afterwards. I mean, if they found a dozen gloves.
Again, you would think that, but at the same time, there's people out there that are, quote, searching, mishandling evidence because they don't know what the hell they were doing. Let me tell you just a 20-second story real quick. There is a searcher out there for the Sebastian Rogers case. Came up on a black garbage bag that had items in it where he couldn't move the bag. Now, this dude kicked the bag multiple times. Not only kicked the bag, took his shovel out and stabbed the bag to see what was in it, okay? 20-second story. That's the kind of shit that happens out there with people that are, quote, searching. It's wild.
And they think many of them belong to searchers. That's only complicating the investigation.
It certainly just makes it more cumbersome for them. But luckily they found something that was an outlier, and perhaps this is going to be something they need that's going to result in probably expediency in the case. Let's hope for that.
So, you know, that helicopter that's flying with the Bluetooth scanner, you think they should not have released that information. But does it seem like, does it seem like a, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I just don't see any investigative advantage to doing that. And same with the DNA information, because, you know, if somebody's watching and that.
We agree, man. We agree. Trust me. We agree. You wait until the results come out, because you're just it's already a freaking circus. Let's add to the circus, right? Not a good move. Not a good move.
It's involved in this, and they're monitoring news.
And now
they know that this is taking place, that could cause them to flee and leave a place where they're stationary. So if this was never put out, they wouldn't know that that's happening. And so
at the same time, maybe they did that on purpose because they are stationary themselves and they want the criminal to not be stationary. That could be a chess move. It really could. We are stationary because we cannot find anything else. So let's stir it up so they can't feel like they can remain stationary, and maybe that will give us the lead that we need in order to take off. It could be a really good chess move. So now that he brings that up as a negative, I have to sit back and go, honestly, that could be a positive. It really could.
If they did happen to pick up something telemetry from medical device,
clip that
then
string.
they have
yard.
something to act on. And so, it's not investigatively or tactically advantageous to let the adversary, in this case, whoever abducted or is responsible for the harm to Miss Guthrie, to have that information. Just do not see any purpose to it whatsoever.
The helicopter, it seems like a bit of a stab in the dark to be.
What the hell are let me zoom this up. Did we just get out of the office? Did we just get out of the office and hop in a helicopter? What the? Did we just did we leave our desk at the office and go hop in a helicopter? What the hell is this? Where's the vest? Where's the cargo pants? I'm like, what? I'm sorry, I'm looking at it too deep. My bad.
Be flying this helicopter over looking for Bluetooth, a
hell?
Bluetooth transmission from her pacemaker. That's a fairly weak signal, isn't it? This helicopter is going to have to be very low. It's going to have to fly that grid pattern, and who knows whether they're going to be able to pick up anything or not.
Yeah, it's
and that the investigative team
where's my
has
camera?
spoken to the manufacturer of that
Rookie
device,
shit.
and they're aware of its capabilities and limitations.
hard.
So they feel that this is a worthwhile investment of time to do it.
Here's what Morgan Wright had to say. He knows a thing or two about Bluetooth and electronics. Listen to this.
A helicopter creates a lot of interference, sometimes electromagnetic interference, but that's why they're flying low to the ground. So the reason you fly low to the ground is that's low power Bluetooth. But if we know, and I'm sure this is why they're doing it, with that pacemaker, it has what's called a MAC address, a machine addressable, but that's the unique identifier for it.
So worth trying, I guess, but you just think that they should not have let the information out there.
Yeah, I mean, why give advantage to the adversaries? In this case, you have people that are actively trying to probably evade capture. And more importantly, you have a woman who is taken against her will in unknown health condition. And so they need to do everything to be circumspect about the case for them to have the maximum advantage of recovering her.
You've done an awful lot of investigations. Does it surprise you that we're 3 weeks into this one?
Yeah.
And no solid leads yet, or so it would appear. I mean, if you thought at first that maybe this was a well-planned, well-organized abduction, that would be one thing. But the guy standing on the porch in that creepy video doesn't exactly seem like a top-tier criminal.
There's a lot of investigative resources put at this, and I think they're making the best progress that they can.
It's so good. When you have all these people saying nasty shit to you, because you don't have a degree in something, and everything that you're saying is coming out legitimate to these investigators, the professors, the pathologists, all these different people. It's like, you don't have to have a degree. You just have to have common sense. In my brain, this stuff is like medicine to my brain, because my brain is like, I need numbers. And when I feed it numbers, it's like, thank you. And I'm like, yes, thank you for calming the F down. So that's my brain.
And although some parts of it seem simple, it's actually overly pretty complex to go from knowing nothing to getting to the point where they're probably at now. Secondly, it's very difficult to speculate when you're on this side of the investigative veil, because we don't know what's really happening and what the investigative team has. So I hear and see, from my opinion, that they're having progress, and we can hold hope that they're fully into this thing for a good outcome.
True.
Yeah,
That's
and
true.
I don't mean to criticize either. That's not my intention here. But when the sheriff says, "Well, it could be this investigation could take a few hours, or it could take years," it doesn't exactly kindle enthusiasm or kindle confidence.
I'm sure the investigative team is ignoring all of that type of information or noise, and they're concentrating on the facts at hand and the things that are leading them to give more information that they can act on, because that's what they're really hungry for. They want stuff that's timely, that all of a sudden it bounces off of another piece of information that.
I mean, you don't even have, you can go to grade school and you can know that. I'm nothing against the dude, but the reporter asking the question, dude, you have 6 minutes. Why don't you make it worthwhile for your guests to ask them questions that a freaking third grader is going to know? You know what I'm saying? We just need to fill airtime. No. That's why I wish I could have these people on my show. You know what I mean? I would ask straight up real shit. Like, I'm not going to waste your fucking time. We're going to have an hour. We're going to have an hour and a half. We're going to have 2 hours. I would love to pick your brain the way that I think. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine? But I think people get turned off because, like, evil. Oh, he's probably evil. No, man. It's just everywhereville. Everywhereville. It's short. Louisville, Elville, Eville. Look at how it's spelled. That's the thing. People aren't looking under the surface like we do. Look at how it's spelled. It's spelled with 2 L's and an E. I'm sorry. I'm not in an apostrophe person. You know what I'm saying. But I do. I know. I was wanting to have a game night tonight, but we got to get to it. That's one thing. I'm going to be a little honest with you when I end the show, because I got to speak something from my heart that has to do with the game nights and stuff like that too. Kind of goes back to the show when I came back, my first show in December, at the end of December of I titled it Where I've Been or whatever. Kind of goes back to that show, but I'm going to save that to the end of the show. All right. So let's take a look. Let's see what's going on. Let's go to Dad's Gone Live video. Let's see if there's anything going on at Nancy's house. And definitely go subscribe if you're not. Let me get their channel link again for you. Let me see here. We're going to see what's going on here for a minute. And I'm going to kind of explain. I need to be honest with you guys. All right. Let me get his channel link again. I thought I saved it. All right, hold on. So go show some love. Dad's Gone Live. Again, normally when I'm done with my shows, I go chill out and hang out in their show. They're usually in Los Angeles. But this gentleman is so respectful when it comes to reporting the news, whether it's audio, whether it's video. I just got to say shout out to them, because he does a really good job and promotes it the same way that we do when it comes to thinking about the victims' families and communities. And also you too, you guys in chat. They're just like us here. We're not here to bullshit. We're not here to give you fake stuff. We're here to report the real, because that's what you deserve. So shout out to them. I encourage anybody, click on that link, get it in your history feed, go hit the like, subscribe, leave some hearts in the comments of the live over there, and then come on back as we end the show. And I'm just going to say it's like 98% that I will be live at 7:30 p.m. Central, unless something does happen. And then if it does, I will be here Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central to go through what we're going to go through. And like I said, I got even more to show you beyond what I showed you in the video edit that I put out today. The video edit of signals to the second perp. So here's the link to this video. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. Leave a comment, please. Leave a comment. Definitely hit the like. You can see only 53 likes, 4 comments. Please leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you think. And trust me, what I expose or show you here, I found even more working on my edits today. I found even more than what we've uncovered here in this video from the last few days. All right, we'll go back to Dad's Gone Live here. Let's see if there's anything going on. Let me hit play. Whoops. Let's see, zoomed up on the door.
Polygraph. How do you know that? Where did you hear that at? I did not know that. Love some more.
All right, yeah. And that's the one thing that I can't stand is when trolls go in people's chats and try and promote stuff that's not even true. And then it just, people are so sick. People are so sick. But look at this front door. Now, when it comes to these signals that were being sent and what we're going to be digging into the next episode, when it comes to these signals being sent, look at how dark that is. That means those signals can go a lot farther. Now, they can only go as far as the shrubbery and foliage will allow it to go. So when I bring you a show tomorrow night, I'm going to give you the horizontal view. I'm going to show you exactly where the lookout was at. I'm going to show you exactly the direction that the signal was sent. And I'm going to show you exactly that the signal started way before I even thought when I woke up this morning and started working on those edits. Next episode, make sure you come back for the next one. Now, doesn't look like anything's going on there. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to this camera because I want to be honest with you guys. So, one of the reasons that I took a break, and let me look straight at you guys. One of the reasons that I took a 6-month break, it started off only being intended for 1 month. It ended up being 6, and honestly, it probably should have went longer. But I missed you guys a lot. I missed the community. I missed seeing everybody. As much as I was trying to fix things, I also lost some things as well. So when I came back, and if you're curious as to what I was talking about, I go in depth, like I said, on that episode of where I've been. And let me do you a favor. Let me actually go to my channel and let me get you the link for that live so you don't have to actually go look for it. It's titled A Bit of Where I've Been, okay? And here's the link. One of the reasons that I took a break is because my 150% doesn't allow me to give less than 150%. And if nobody is familiar with the 150%, that is my karma motto. That's my karma mojo. That's my karma creamer. That's my karma everything. As much as I am about an energy when it comes to reporting information, when it comes to treating others, I'm like that way with my work. I'm like that way with my effort for everything. And the 150% is that if I always give more of myself to you and only expect $100, number one, if I give you more of myself and don't expect it in return, that should make somebody else want to give you 100, right? Now, obviously, 150% can only exist, when you're talking about mathematics. But I use it as a karma because I want to leave a lasting impression on this planet, on people's souls, and people's thoughts before I'm gone on this planet. It's very important, especially in a world where we live in, where it's popular and it's easier to be a shitbag and be selfish. Because when you approach it how I approach it, and when you give 150%, you get burned very often. Because most people are selfish and shitbags. But the 150% doesn't take how that shitbag treated you and then apply that to somebody else, because that's when you miss the really good souls on this planet that are really about the same energy that you're about. And so that's why you get burned a lot. But the 150% is about the 150%. And so it goes along with my work, okay? One of the reasons why I took a break was because the work for these different cases became consuming too. People don't understand how long video edits take. People don't understand how long an outline might take. People don't understand gathering information. People don't understand how long seeking information takes. People don't understand how long it takes to make sure that you report information honestly and respectfully. It takes work to weed out the bullshit, so that way when you want to report and inform, you are informed about what you're informing others about. With the work that I do for these cases, like the video edits that I've been doing recently for this, I do these because I care. I'm not doing them to try and make a financial benefit out of it. That's not what it's about. It's about trying to do two things. Put the correct information out there, because there's a lot of people that don't. And then also It's because I really want to try and help in any way that I can, because I know that if I was in the same position, I would appreciate that too. I would appreciate that YouTuber that was taking time out of their own life to break down some video to try and help bring my family member closer to my arms. That's the 150%. So when I took this break, one of the things that I told myself was that, I'm going to do a show like I wanted to in the very beginning, the reason that I created it. I want to do a show where we're talking about UFOs and Bigfoot and this, that, and then also, cover some of these cases and stuff like this, but kind of be like half and half. And on that show, where a bit of where I've been, I even said, I'm afraid that it's not going to happen. I said, I'm afraid that I'm going to get consumed because of my 150 and how much I care. If anybody, you can go watch the episode. I said it straight up, just like that. I said, I'm afraid, and this was 2.5 months ago. I said, I'm afraid that because of how much I care, I'm afraid that it's going to consume me again. So that's why I changed the name of the channel. It used to be EvilleCJ Media and Investigations. I did a whole freaking rebrand, new logos, new layovers, new channel logo, new name, new background, no more green screen, neon lights like before. I literally spent hundreds of dollars and spent hundreds of hours to almost like build a fence around what I was trying to do, right? If that makes sense. Like, I built a new house and I put new, I did all of these things and I was building a fence around it. The rebrand was the fence. All right, you build this fence. You can't go outside of this fence, CJ. You can't go outside of the fence, the rebrand. And I've had some conversations this weekend, very meaningful and very deep conversations this weekend, and I appreciate them very much. And I didn't even realize it until these conversations took place. I have been consumed because of how much I care. I have been taking all of my free time and putting it towards the work that nobody sees or thinks about whenever I do these shows, especially these video edits. And so I want to apologize. And this goes along with the game night too. Sundays were supposed to be game nights where we all hang out and have game shows. Mondays were supposed to be my days off. Wednesday was going to be a day off. Sunday was going to be a day off. I wanted to do more shows with Rosie because we could only do 1 to 2 a week. And so I was like, you know what? I want to. But Wednesdays, I'm down. But I was supposed to have Sundays off to do game shows and relax. And I was supposed to have Mondays off to just relax. And honestly, I can't. And I just have to be honest with you. As much as I want to, and as much as I should, I can't. And this isn't the only case that I work on. It's just the only case that I do a show on. But I tried to do that this weekend. And I did that a little bit today. I wanted to go live right away in the morning. I wanted to cover some of the updates that came out overnight. I wanted to do a show on another case today. And I kept telling myself, no, you're not supposed to. And so the only way that I could justify not doing any kind of live streams was working on my channel. So to me, it was like, well, you're still working, so therefore you're still doing what you can do, right? I apologize. I said I wasn't going to do it. I said that we were going to do game nights on Sundays every night. I said that I was going to have Sundays and Mondays off, and I have not been doing that. Now, these other people have noticed that they're like, dude, you're busy again like you were before, aren't you? Yes. So, I just want to say I apologize for not having a game night on Sunday so far. I apologize for not taking the days off when I should. And therefore, it affects how chipper I am when I'm not, I suppose. Not that I'm like being a dick to anybody, but I'm just not chipper. And so I just want to apologize. I know some people are hearing this without typing, and you're hearing my words. Some of you maybe have sent messages or emails, and you're hearing my words. And I just want to say, I apologize. I appreciate you. But I hope you understand where I'm coming from and why I'm doing what I'm doing and where my heart is while I'm doing it. So yes, I should probably take the night off tomorrow. I probably won't. But if I do, then just understand it's not because I don't want to be here. It's not because I don't want to dig into stuff. It's not because I don't want to help. It's just because maybe I just came home and it's like, you know what? I probably should just take a break tonight. So, but I promise, I miss the game nights so bad. I miss doing Prices Right with you guys where you can be a contestant. I miss Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Family Feud, Wheel of Fortune, the Game of Clue. I miss it. And I promise that I'm gonna try and figure out a way where I can do both. I had a certain schedule set up, and you see it right above my head. I had a certain schedule set up. I'm not following it. I need to figure out the times will be the same, If I do change it, it might be a half an hour earlier. You know, a little bit earlier and then less day. I don't know. I don't know. But just bear with me. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your patience. And thank you for your trust. When I say that I love you, I really mean it. And when I say that I appreciate you, I really mean it. I just had to be honest with you guys. I do love you. I do appreciate you. Thank you for everything that you guys do. You don't even have to be here, but you're here, and it means everything to me. And we'll see you on the next one. Love you guys. And don't forget to check out the video edit about the second perp signals and share that out. We got so much more to go into on the next one. I can't wait. I'm so excited. See you later.